all that negativity in the last episode, and for what? Things have turned around, and we're in with a very, very intriguing final couple of games. Welcome back to Buxton 2.0. Yes, welcome back for the final couple of games of the season. We're going to start today on the club info screen, because you might be able to see right down here in the bottom, we're in the process of a board takeover. We got the message actually a couple of weeks ago now, I think, in game, that Tony Hudson was looking to leave. He's speaking to I think it was a fans consortium, fans trust, about a takeover. From the lead being a season ticket holder. We might be able to find it. Let's just have a look. I probably should have looked at this. There we go. Fans Trust Buxton takeover on the 30th of March, nearly a month ago actually. We've been under transfer embargo since then. But yeah, the trust, led by season ticket holder local investor Jonathan Spalding, will face the daunting task to alleviate the club's financial troubles. So that could go through in today's episode. Hopefully it does before the end of the season. Finances wise, you can see we're nearly $500,000 in the red. But to get all that off the pitch stuff, the thing that we mentioned in the intro is, we have been decent recently. Obviously after the last episode losing Doncaster, we saw a little bit of a fit. Totally out of character for me, I know. But we ended up facing a daunting task. Since then, we lost a 1-0 to Gateshead. Penalty in the 31st minute. Gateshead obviously up and around the playoffs. Then we switched back to the 4-4-2. And things changed. Rochdale struggling this season, fair enough. They're in the relegation zone. Sam Bell got his first goal in 13 hours of football. Bagged himself a hat-trick. Jay Turner-Cook scored as well to beat Rochdale 4-2. We then beat Aldershot 3-1. Collier, Turner-Cook and Bell scoring. They had a man sent off early on. We took advantage of that this time. Beat Dover 4-1. 2 from Stewart, 1 from Gray, 1 from McCoy in this one. Losing 2-0 to Yeovil, who were again in and around the playoffs. It was a bit of a blow, considering, the decent-ish run that we were starting to get into. But we just, once again, could not hit the target at all. But then we bounced back with 2-0 victory over Fylde, Stevenson and Stewart scoring. Fylde, also a decent team. And then last time out, we demolished Barnet 3-0. Dixon, Turner-Cook and Stewart scoring. They had Latham and Loads on top. Barnet were up in 4th to start with. We could still finish as high as 4th. We've got 2 games left, with 6 points behind Hartlepool, Halifax and Barnet. Not expecting to catch them at all, but 2 points behind Barrow, because the last game where we played Barnet was so crucial. Boreham Wood played Gateshead, they drew. Boston beat Barrow. Obviously, we beat Barnet. So, the 6 teams here all played each other. And things went about as good as they could for us as well. So we're playing Halifax, who of course we could still potentially catch, and Grimsby, who we can't catch. They can't win the league title. They're basically, guaranteed the first round bye in the playoffs. But if we can get results against Halifax, I really do think we could end up in the playoffs. Barrow are playing Eastleigh, who are down in 17th place. Boreham Wood are away at Maidenhead, who are struggling. Boston United are away against Solihull Moors, who are also in with a playoff chance. So hopefully we can get a decent result here. A couple of people can drop points, and we're still in with a shout coming to the final game. As I mentioned, we went back to the 4-4-2, but now we have a box-to-box midfielder and Blazichin as a deep-lying playmaker on defend as well. It looks to be working so far. This is the team that we are going with today. We've got Murray Jones in goal, Stevenson, Collier, Scott and Needs as the back four, Dixon and McCoy on the wings with Blazic and Gray in midfield, Turner Cook and Stewart up top. Sam Bell is just coming back from an injury. In fact, we'll pop him back on the bench in place of Todd Alcock. So we've got a bench of Simpson, Poussey, McConnell, Norris, Scalunia and Sam Bell, which I think is a very, very strong bench as well. and I've been saying it all season long, I do think we've got a wonderful team. You can see there Halifax's team with Enzo Fernandez playing. It's not Enzo Fernandez. It's Emmanuel Fernandez. Obviously, a good team, Halifax, to be up and around, the playoffs. I am going to, with the home team, what do we tell them? I'm going to tell them we're in a good run, go out and impress me, and that I trust them all to make a difference. Most of the team are inspired, they're pleased. We've got nobody complacent coming into this game, which is huge as well. It's been a constant issue in my time here at Buxton. Obviously, us in the 4-4-2, like I say, we are the home team here. Halifax in the 4-2-3-1. This is going to be such a huge game. Obviously, depending on if we lose and results go against us elsewhere, we won't be able to get the playoffs in the final game. We basically have to win our last 2 games and hope it's enough. And the pressure is about as high as it could possibly be. It's such a huge point of the season. There's so many teams in close proximity. We could still finish down in 15th place. That's how tight things are. Any early dealings, Hartlepool are beating Dover. We weren't really going to catch Hartlepool. Boreham Wood are winning as well. Let's throw out some words of encouragement here. Oh, screaming in wasn't trying to score the table back up. Solihull Moors are also beating Boston. We go in at half-time, 0 highlights in that first half. We're going to tell them they're not happy, but no changes made. Send them on back out there. Statistically, we are the better team at the moment. We have a free kick towards the back post. Collier gets his head to it. He scored. It's his 3rd goal of the season. We do have the lead, and that could be an absolutely massive goal straight out of half-time. Great free kick from Stevenson to the back post. Keeper comes, doesn't get anywhere near. It might be blocked off by Scott, to be fair. We don't care. The ball is in the back of the net. And now we have another free kick, which is basically a corner. Needs towards the back post. It's Collier again. It's just over the bar. And I thought for a second that was dropping into the far post. He's only 5'11", remember, Collier. And as it stands, we would be a point behind Boreham Wood, who, of course, are winning at the moment. 2-1. Still a long way to go there. We need to make sure we see this game out. Murray Jones claims that high cross. We need to be thinking about substitutions potentially soon as well. Short to Collier. Stevenson on this right hand side. He knocks one forward. Stewart is chasing. Hutchins takes a touch, clears it out to Kokov. He brings it forward, and he's picked up an injury there as well. McCoy's taken off him, played it into Stewart, into the wing. Kokov is still down. We are playing on. Dixon can't take advantage of it. It's a huge chance gone begging there. Blasic is going to come off for Scaloni. Gray is going to come off for McConnell. I don't really like the idea of McConnell playing centre mid, but he's going to do it. And Scott can come off for Jemai Simpson-Poussey. To try and keep players fit going into these final few minutes. Let's praise them, actually. Kokov has gone off injured. Praise has been met with mostly decent results. Just a sub struggling to get into the rhythm of the game. Here is Scaloni. Dispossessed by Glass, but wins it back. Plays one in for Stewart. Goes across for Turner Cook. What a save that is from Sanford. That is an incredible save, diving away down to his left-hand side. I thought we'd scored a second there. We have a corner with another chance to score a second. Taking our time over it. I kind of want to go cautious. Needs to deliver. Headed clear. Dixon will keep it alive, and he's fouled by his man. And we are throwing on time wasting here. And we are going to go cautious. We need to see this win out. Boreham Wood is still 2-1 up against Maidenhead. Hartlepool are 6-2 up against Dover. We're into 5 additional minutes. Just no more highlights, please. Let's see this game out. That is an absolutely massive win. It wasn't the most entertaining game, but that is a huge win. Oh my. We now need to go to Grimsby and get a result against them. What did happen elsewhere? We're in 9th place. Boreham Wood did win 2-1. Barrow ended up winning 2-1. 2 late goals to come from behind against Eastleigh. We could, of course, still catch Halifax now as well. We need so much to go our way on that final game of the season. But we're in with a huge chance. Oldham have won the league. We play Grimsby, obviously, who are in 2nd place. Hartlepool, who are already guaranteed playoffs, we can't catch them. Playing Doncaster. Solihull Moors, that game in hand against Fylde is going to be massive. If they win that, they go above us. So we'll come back to that final game in one moment, see what happened in that Solihull Moors game, and see if we can do it. So it's game day, and Solihull Moors did win midweek, so they do go above us. So we need 3 of 4 teams to drop points. We are obviously playing Grimsby, who are 2nd in the league. FC Halifax are at home to already relegated York. Barrow are playing Exeter, so that could be a crucial game there. Solihull Moors away at Eastleigh, who are struggling, and Boreham Wood are away at Rochdale, who are also struggling. So we could be asking an awful lot here. Obviously, we still need to win our game first against a very good Grimsby side, who are 12th in recent form. But we are the most informed team in the league at the moment. Obviously, Exeter in form. Rochdale are up there as well, and teams that we are battling are all sort of struggling a little bit. So there's a chance. There's a tiny chance, very very tiny chance. Unchanged team this time around. So Murray, Jones, Stevenson, Collier, Scott, Needs, McCoy, Gray, Blasic, Dixon, Turner, Cook, and Stewart. Sam Bell onto the bench this time around. Basically, I'm trusting a team that's been in decent form these past couple of games to hopefully go and get a result here away against a very, very good Grimsby side. They, can't really do anything. They're either going to finish 2nd or 3rd. Guaranteed that first round bye. They'll play that game at home. They don't really have anything to play for here. I don't think you get any extra money for finishing a place higher, so they could have rested their first team players. They haven't. I kind of wish they had done. So it's going to be a very, very tough game. Like I say, we're away from home as well, which makes it even more difficult. First of all, we need to get a result here, and then we can focus on what's happening elsewhere. If Barrow and Solihull Moors both draw, Boreham Wood don't win and we win, then we will be in the playoffs because we have a better goal difference than them. But there's not much happening so far in this opening half an hour. Grimsby, as you sort of expect, having more chances. Crosses block from Young, and now Gray can bring it out. Finds McCoy. Back to Gray. He switches one out to Stevenson at right back. Has a lot of space in front of him. And could potentially play Dixon in here. Dixon holds his run. He has to go back to Blasic instead. Collier. Back into Blasic. Stevenson. It's getting a bit tight now over there. Not much room. We could do working the ball over this way. In fact, we're knocking it around very well here. 1 and 2 touch football. Dixon spins past his man. Can he find a cross? There's nobody really in the box. It's still Dixon. I think it was a shot, but it goes well wide. I can't blame him for shooting because Turner, Cook and Stewart were not in that area where they needed to be. Let's actually switch Stewart to a poacher. Exeter 2-0 up against Barrow. Solihull Moors 0-0 at the moment. We go in at half time at 0-0. I'm going to tell them we've been the better team. Keep doing what you are. I'm going to tell them every single player that I've got faith in them to improve. There's a lot of 6.5s out there, what is happening elsewhere. At half time, Halifax are 0-0. Barrow are losing 2-0. Solihull Moors are losing 1-0. And Boreham Wood, where were they? They were away against Rochdale, losing 3-0. Oh, wow. So if we can find a goal as it stands in this second half, we're in the playoffs. And let's encourage once again. We've had the only real highlight that has gone our way. Goal kick for Grimsby into a group of players that are Turner Cook knocks it down for Dixon. He tries to find Stewart. Stewart from right. Oh, I thought that was in. Oh, when that rippled the net, I thought that was in then. Half an hour still to go. It's still 0-0. Collier to Scott. He looks over the top. I think Stewart might have been offside. Keeper's come. He is offside. It was a very weird animation, that one there. Stewart sort of hesitated as if he knew he was offside. Yeah, it's a well-timed line from Grimsby to step up there. Very weird, like I say, but we'll see what happens with this highlight and then we'll look at making changes. Stewart. Back to Scott. Keep coming this way. Stevenson. Can he find a through ball maybe? He shoots. It's just wide of the post. And, we don't have shoot on side, do we? No, we don't. Stewart is going to come off for Bell. Let's bring on Scaloni for Blazic. Keep one sub. 25 minutes to go. Goal kick downfield, which Grimsby win the header throw, and Ackroyd is potentially in here. Stevenson's forced him wide, just taking it off him comfortably. Bell gets there first. Turner Cook has set Bell in. Can Bell finish? Yes! Come on! Sam Bell, his 19th goal of the season. He's only been on the pitch a minute. And we have the lead. What a ball, what a goal. Bell beat his man to the ball and Turner Cook first time in for him. There's a man covering, but he was never going to get anywhere near Bell. It's a wonderful, clinical finish. It's 1-0. And we're in the playoffs, I believe. As soon as that table updates, we are in the playoffs as it stands. 20 minutes to go. Solihull Moors are losing. Barrow are losing. I think Boreham Wood we're not even loading now there. Halifax are still 0-0. Can we load the rest of the scores, please? We're not allowed to see what everyone else is doing. Oh, we need to hold on to this win. Eastleigh and Exeter still losing 2 goals each. Just please do not concede here. Turner Cook's coming off. We're going 5 at the back. Bell is going to stay up top himself. And we're going to time waste. We've got 3 minutes plus stoppage time to hold on. Halifax are winning. We don't care about that at the moment. Barrow have pulled a goal back. We've won. What's happened elsewhere? I think we're in the playoffs. I think we've made the playoffs. Come on, process. I need to see. I know Barrow got a goal back. Yes! Oh, what a comeback late on in the season. Eastleigh beat Solihull Moors 2-0. Exeter beat Barrow 2-1. Even if Barrow had equalised, would have been based on goal difference. Halifax ended up winning 2-0, fair enough. And Boreham Wood lost 3-1. We're in the playoffs. Oh my God. What an end of the season turnaround. And we come into the playoffs now as the form team in the league. We've beat most of the teams recently that are in these playoffs as well. This could be a chance. Bell, the substitute, comes on, scores the goal. We're going to play Barnett in the first round, who, of course, just 2 games ago we beat 3-0. They had a man sent off. The winner of that will play Grimsby, who we've just beat. We've got to come into this so high in confidence. Quick talk on the takeover. We had a message yesterday that it's hit the rocks. It's still ongoing, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. I cannot believe we've made it into the playoffs. After that last episode, where we'd had this run of form, actually, I thought we were in big trouble, but that switch back to 4-4-2 has absolutely worked wonders. And the next episode will be the playoffs. Can we go one further than we did 2 years ago and win in the final? We're going to find out next time out. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.